Morning, guys. Am I in the stream? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Good morning. Hi, all. All right, so I'll give it another minute. There's no play that I'm trying to go for today. I can't even find anything like in my watch list that, you know, has a decent resistance. What I really want to happen is like I want DWAC to like fire up to something crazy. I've been watching the SPY a little bit lately because the past 2 days it went down like, you know, 3%. And if we look at the stuff that was popular yesterday in the top gainers, like OP chart, and something else, I think I have it here. Everything kind of went down the same way, like just a spike at the open and it just gradually went down, like similar to LGVN the day before. How do I? OP is trying to do something, but like, yeah, there's nothing ideal again today. It's another steady day. My equity's at 29 right now. What is this? You know, it might be another dip buy for me on ISPC. That might be fun because it is at 14 and it's already topped or hit the bottom twice on this. You know, depends on the volume. Whoa, what is this? Yeah, I think the market's just I think it's still like going down. But let's see. Okay. So, okay. Oh, I'd be scaring myself sometimes. Like when I zoom in too much, I'm like, whoa, what happened? Yeah, but again, today's a study day. I remember the last thing we left off on yesterday was I think we were talking about stats on Kimpo. But let me, so with this IPO yesterday, and we talked about how IPOs aren't like manipulated and stuff as much. So like this is like a pure I want to say representation of like what's happening either in the market or like is minimum like what's happening in this stock. And so it just went down all the way, which I don't even feel FOMO from, you know, this going up to 12 then going down to 5. I did before, but at the same time, like I realized I wouldn't have got this whole gain, and no matter what, I probably would have been a little salty because I would have left something on the table. And I can't also use this as a valid data point to like repeat the process. And so, you know, I try to make sense of it just looking at the overall market, which usually doesn't have a big effect on like the penny stocks because we're in our own category. Because, you know, everyone down here has, I was about to say silly fundamentals. Yeah, very. I want to say sketchy. I don't know how to say it without, you know, sounding illiterate. But the fundamentals are bad in the penny stock markets. And so I still want to look at the SPY a little bit just so I can see if there's some type of correlation. There's just been way too many stocks lately just dying. And I don't know if that means like, you know, the shorts are getting heavy or if the longs are broke. And what do you call it? I don't know. It's just been happening a lot lately. Like I'll show you like 2-3 things that I'm talking about. So, whoa, what is this? Okay, again? But I was about to say, yeah, everything just, you know, dips at the top, or dips in like the first, I said dips. It spikes or perks in like the first 5 minutes, and then it just gradually fades the rest of the day. I can't tell if this is just the micro float stuff, where it just like comes back later. But on the first, everything just went up and then just gradually faded. And then every one of the top gainers from yesterday, they look like they did the same thing. You know, they just went up, just gradually faded. And I can't even say that these are like in the same sector or something. So I don't know, I'm just trying to make sense of everything. And this is just like one of the ways I'm doing it. Other than that, someone asked me about the October trades the other day. I found the place where, you know, you can look at your trades. I actually kept up a lot of stuff. And yeah, so you go to the trading journal and you go to your, I think it was daily. Nope, I lied. Go to monthly. Nope, how'd I get to that screen? Oh, calendar. There we go. Hey, you go to your calendar and then you can see each one of your trades on that day. And so like in October, I made 5 trades total. And that's how I got that, like the 20K. But as you can see, like between like each of these trades, it was pretty much like a trade a week. Like there was a whole week that we didn't have a trade, and then like they gave me a lot of time to accumulate the right mindset, the right resolve. And yeah, hopefully that helps. Other thing I wanted to say, when I was talking about like dip buying ISBC, that was purely like just greed and FOMO right there. Just because I've just been beat enough that I remember how many times this stuff just bounces. But at the same time, the bounce is usually on the back end of the day. There's no volume anywhere in the market right now. The closest thing I've seen was like 11 million or something, and then it only went up like 20%. And so even if it is 11 million in the pre-market and that's kind of crowded, I don't think it's good. Good morning, Victor. Good morning, Caesar. Good morning, AD boy. Good morning, day trading bot. I could definitely say some other names, but I don't know if they're actually here. So good morning, everybody. It's a study day. I already have all my YouTube videos I'm trying to watch afterwards. You know, my social stuff, my meaning of life stuff, my, you know, control my emotions. I think this is me. Then going back over like more statistics so I can like rewrite them and write them in a journal, write them in a book, and, you know, just stay ready. And I'm going to try to go back to, so like during this week, or not during this week, during like this month of October, even though the results were like really, really good, I still remember there being like 3 or 4 opportunities that I felt like I was trying to be so disciplined that I had like a trigger finger. And so like when these days actually came, I didn't hesitate. But like I think I could have put like 4 more stocks onto this chart. And so I have a lot of room to grow. Everyone out there does. And you know, this study day will help with that. Yeah, so now the focus on what I want to study today. it could just be any of our I was about to say sub techniques. It could be any one of our like techniques we use to like look up sex filings, the way we read the stocks, stuff that doesn't require a play to be up. You know, something that is a part of the preparation in stock trading. Yesterday I spent most of the time outside. What is this? Okay. I searched for something I probably shouldn't have. But I spent most of the time outside, and so it was like not a mental health day. It was more of like I was studying other parts that weren't trading, and so now I'm waiting until like later to do my hardcore studying. Oh, there we go. We can. What do you guys want to talk about? Victoria. No, I don't remember seeing that before. There's something else. Oh, I think I remember. No, I don't want to do that though. No, DWAC. It's another one that was attached to that. It was like a sympathy play. FUIN. There's another one attached to that too. Oh, I could just get on my note. Okay. Okay, so back when DWAC was like, you know, very popular, being pumped by like, I think it was Trump's. Yeah, I think he said a word. He said something about he wanted to make his own ticker a while ago, and then this was like supposed to be his own ticker. They got in trouble. This one went from like 163. Steven top ticked it, and he pretty much played tennis with it. Because like, you know, he top ticked the 160, then it went down to 120. He covered. Oh no. Did he cover half? I remember it went from like 163, went down to 120. He covered, bounced up, broke 120, then went all the way down to like 87, and then he covered off of that one, bought it at 87, went back up to like 120 area, mostly actually 115, then came back down, and then it went to like 75, and then like I remember the prices. I just don't remember. I remember it being 2 longs and 2 shorts. It's just I only can guarantee like one of each. But what was I about to say? Oh, I have charts. Oh, Mark, is that what it is? Let's think about the other sympathy plays. Oh, this. Let me look at the date. Okay, so October 21. This sounds better. What is this? No, these could have been the dates following it. I need to go as far back as possible. Okay, here's the 81. So it's probably the 26th when this happened. Oh well. So both tickers today had a lot of social media that just bashed. Okay. That's from 63. That's 66. Okay, yeah, there. So what day was this? October 26th? When DWAC was like pretty much after like Trump's, I don't even know if it was like a campaign or something, but like when Trump stuff got in trouble, this did a long consolidation between like lower 70 to like the 60s, and it was a lot of tests between like 63 and 66, and so I really want this to spike up to like, you know, in the 60s before I do a short. I almost did one in the pre-market when I woke up, just because I saw the, where'd it go? 15 minutes, that worked. Just because I saw, you know, it goes from like 30 to 60, and like that's just enough right there. But at the same time, I don't want to say it's not ideal. I just don't want to be that one where, just in case everyone's feeling froggy and they want to jump, like, you know, I buy this and I put down, I'll be realistic. If I put down like, you know, 30, 40K, because I realize the stock is high enough, and like, you know, if it moves one way or another way, it'd be like 3%. I think like 3% each way, or 4%, something like that. And then, you know, I'm willing to risk a good 10% to make, you know, at least 10% on a huge position. And so, what is it? That just goes off the principle that, when you first start out and you want to start learning about like technique and stuff, go to the higher price stocks. You can learn a lot from, you know, those slow movements, because what's his name? It'd be similar to that idea that like if you only had 20 investments in your life, and you had to think about them real hard, which ones would you put them in, type stuff. Like, oh no, I subscribe to like a lot of motivational channels and mental health channels and all this other stuff. Discipline and self-programming, or not manipulation at all. Okay. Is Steven going to do a trade review on DWAC for YouTube? I wouldn't do it. I don't know what he's thinking right now. And if I ask him, I don't think he. So, okay, I don't know how to be friendly. Like, let me take a drink of water and I'll answer afterwards. Okay. So, with the, did you say a review? So he'll do a review. I thought he already did a review, actually. Yeah, we'll do this. DW, where? Stop that. Well, I guess it wouldn't be in the tag, would it? What would that be? October area?
Hello guys.
Stop that. I know there's supposed to be a date thing. Wait, where's my, oh, it's my stream setup. Sure. Yeah, I can't answer that question. Oh. Yeah, he won't. Yeah, like the guy below you, he knows better than me. I'm still waiting for his ice coffee hour interview. Yeah, me too. I want to see him flame him. Or, oops. I want to see two great minds go back and forth on some controversial topics. There we go. Saved it. But what was it say? I just want to make a normal trade. Actually, I don't even know if I'll be able to do a normal trade. Like, all I know is low floats now. I might have to do some yoga, get the trauma out of my mind. No. But there's something else I was doing. No, I don't want to do that. I forgot what I was working on, guys. So there's something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, we were talking about techniques, and we can improve the small ones today. So I've been getting in the habit lately of like being very mindful of not only like my body, my trading, and stuff like that, but just trying to be curious about what can I do to like refine like details, because normally I think very small, and you know, recently I've been trying to think very big for trading, and it's really hard for me to find the balance between the two. And I think that comes from experience and wisdom, and then actually refining that into like, you know, values and principles. And I'm slowly getting closer to that. I just need to, you know, sift down and actually print out whatever, what do you call that? Not a mandate, or oh no, I need like a central like rule book, like not just for my trading, but for like other stuff too. Because how do I say this? Let me show you one on this side. So here we go. Okay, you've already seen my gap up short one, so I'll just show that one because I slightly updated it, just slightly. So I have like a color coordinating scheme. Like I don't have a specific technique when it comes to like reviewing my stuff, and I've definitely practiced. Okay, I thought control would actually bring up another window. Guess not. I'll just go back afterwards. But review. No, not that. Oh, there we go. Review notes and rules. And so I was telling you guys the other day that depending on the nature of the thing I'm trying to review, I'll put it on like a note card. I'll look at that note card in like timed intervals and try to put it down into like something that stays with me for like a month, or like something like very, very long, or oh no, I got this method from like this this article where it's like, oh, 95% of people forget all the stuff from school. And I'm just like, yeah, we were told that in school. I was like, how do you fix it though? And there's like an Asian guy who's always just like, hack your brain. And like, he doesn't have that thick of an accent. I'm just weird. But he gave a lot of great advice on how to keep a lot of, I don't want to say tedious, but like detailed knowledge when you read, when you're like trying to create a skill and like all this other stuff, and get it into your heart on like an intuitive kind of level. And so I was practicing things like that, and I did it with each one of the YouTube videos for Steven. And that's where I just have like a whole bunch of note cards, and you know, I just pulled them out every 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna remember this. And then I'll have an alarm set on my phone, and it'd just be like, okay, after a day, review this one. After this amount of time, review this one. So I just got alarms going off like every so often. And so at this point, I have 122 like note cards that just summarize what I think is important from the video, or what I think is what do you call it? What I think I missed the first time or second time, maybe even the third time that I went through. I did something similar with the webinars. except in that case, I knew I couldn't fit it all on a note card. And so yeah, you got it. Jim, KWIK. I'm not gonna butcher that. I know better. Oh, you have his book. That's good. Oh yeah, he knows it too. Jim is the Asian guy named Jim Quick. Oh wait, no, I won't go into it. Side note: JP coming to LA in a city near you. Got my second row tickets already for April lecture. I was just talking about it with Chimney the other day. So I want to go, but I don't think I'd be one of the guys to ask a question. I don't think I'm articulate enough to do it. If I go up there, I'll be so embarrassed. I want to be like, what? I don't even know what, I don't know. I feel like I'm fanboying, but I was doing something. Oh yeah. Summarizing and then, consolidating the notes. I had like a very loose format of, you know, there's hundreds. Is there hundreds? Yeah. There's webinars that go all the way back from like 2017 to like up to like 2021. And, you know, each year in the market, you have to reset your data to stay relevant. But the concepts, the principles, the values and everything, they stay pretty much the same. You just have to update to the current day's quirks and tendencies. And so in each one of them, I'll just be like, okay, here's a pattern. How did he define this specific pattern on this specific ticker? And so in this case, it was like, you know, 2021 January, and ticker's PULM. He calls it a gap plus bounce. And he said that because resistance was within a year. It was 50 million resistance. It has a consolidation, and then the volume estimate is less than the resistance. And then like I just keep doing similar stuff like that until it gets to a point that I can calculate or at least come up with what is the key point inside of this pattern, inside of this sector, inside of this fill in the blank within 30 seconds. And then until I get to that point, I feel like it's half speculation, half like I can get lost. I can like just, you know, there's a quote the other day that I heard that described it the best. I think it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson that said it. It was like, if you focus on yourself, you'll grow. And then the other one's like, if you focus on shit, you'll grow shit. Like something like that. And so before I actually put down my pride and ego and start asking Steven some stuff, I can clearly see in my older notes, not this one, but like in the ones on my not this one either, but the ones in my my 70 sheets like notebooks, I can see that I'll like refine an idea so much that I would make it work. And you know, there's actually probably over half the traders out there. Like I'm almost confident that over half the traders out there are doing the same thing. And so yeah, these kind of notes. So with this one, this is just straight I think this was like 2018, probably, yeah, 18 or 17. And I was just trying to make sense of like peaks and valleys on any of the tickers, and the stuff that I saw that was important. Like if I actually knew what I was writing down and like knew the importance of each point, indeed that would have been cool, but I didn't. Wait, someone asked me a question. If I could ask a question to JP, will it be, what is a question you would wish for people would ask you? What is the answer to that question? I love Caesar. How would he answer that? I'm kind of curious. And be like, hey, what kind of question do you want to be asked? And he'll be like, oh, well, that's a good question. What can I do to survive in the world? What can I do to thrive in the world? How can I protect my? No, I kind of think he tried to stick to what he's been cultivating or what he's been working on for years. Like his hair is getting grayer and his messages are becoming like more refined, and but it's similar to like he knows his focus. He's being a missioner, or he's a good guy. He's a smart guy. He's also like courage. Okay, I kind of love it. Like any question like I would ask him, I feel like I can go find the answer myself, and so I kind of feel lazy if I do ask him. That's where I'm at right now. And it was similar with Steven, to where whenever I would have a question about trading, I'll just be like, I can't like look him in the eye and just be like, hey, can you help me understand what are we looking at right now? Well, I might even pull out my notes, but gap plus bounce, and he'll just be like, let me tell you something that a beginner won't understand, that an intermediate person won't understand, a barely advanced person understands. He's like, did you get it? And I'm just like, no. I was like, you're up here, I'm down here. And he's just like, well, when you get to my age, or like not my age, but like when you get to my level, you will. You'll thank me then. I'm like, thank you. So like now I'm trying to, fill in the gap in between. Very, very unique path, but it's fun. Like I remember when I first started trading, having so much fun. Like the studying, the learning, the whole process, first 6 months, everything like super fun up till I had to go to college. Up till that had to go to college, but I feel like that was the only way to pay back my parents and like all this other like, morality stuff. And yeah, that was before I realized what self-will or free will and everything was. But, I'm not going to go too far into that. Main thing is I just want to show you like how I structure my notes with this bad garbage platform. Just throwing that out there. Something else I was doing. So if you've taken the test that Jordan Peterson has, where it's like, are you an orderly person? Are you extroverted? Are you open to new experiences and stuff like that? I feel like that showed like a lot of my weaknesses when it comes to like coming back to balance, and just taking those 70% steps towards like the goal and like the long run. That's my attempt at trying to get stuff done. But I'm more of a sprinter, and then I'd stop for a while, and so that's not practical. I don't know. Like I feel like for me to focus on trading, I have to focus on stop getting in my own way. And like I've been doing that like really well. Especially during the cleanse. And like I think that's the only reason like I found a lot of progress during that like September, October area. It's because I was doing a cleanse. I had a very strict diet, only ate leaves, water, ran a lot of miles. And then everything was just study. I was trying to like be in my head a lot, but that's not sustainable. Like it's not. I look good though. My skin was great. I felt glowing. But what was I say? It depends on what you mean by question. Yeah. So there's people out there to say like there's a good question and there's not a dumb question. There's a dumb question. I remember Jordan Peterson like in one of his seminars, he was saying that, yeah, there's such a thing as a dumb question. It was the one where it's like a white back room. He's in a classroom. It's not MIT, not Harvard. It's something like that though. But he was like, yes, there is a dumb question. But I don't remember the second half of it, so I'm not gonna share. Yeah. Oh well. So, another like little quirky thing I do. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I write contracts. Like I write contracts to myself, and I'm just like, all right, I want half your soul today. And I'm going to where's my last contract? A Traders. I know it has something to do with trading. Traders Challenge. Yeah. So like, you come down here. This is like me making my little contract. And I'm just like, all right, here's your timesheet. And how do I make this? Open a new window? Oh, well, it'll be fine. But, yeah, that'd be fine. So, whenever I make a contract, I usually make a schedule or to get me started in terms of like a solid foundation. When it came to my October, this is the kind of discipline or order I try to put in the chaos in my life. But I like the chaos because it's fun and like it helps me stay witty and sarcastic and all that fun stuff. Because most of my life was filled with assholes. But now, what was I saying? So notice how like I'm just saying, oh, this is end of day progress, and this is just my stamp. Like I try to treat it like a job, and I'm just like, okay, I need to clock in, clock out. I need to be honest. What did I do? What didn't I do? And I didn't make it very complicated. I just try to make it consistent. And so like, there's a break in the chain right here. 4 days, and I'm just like, hey, there's visitors. I have the excuse. I actually don't remember that day. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, we went a lot of places, but when I said 70% before and just trying like my best each day, that means my best on that current day. And so you can see what my best looked like. First day I did everything. There's only 7. I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so like it's technically 8. The X is considered like the 8th one. But like there's 7 things I will hold myself accountable for in terms of what I think will put me a little bit closer towards my goal, as well as like, fixing my environment and everything else to help me go towards that goal. And that goal was getting better at trading in this specific area of trading. But what was I going to say? Yeah, during that time, I'll just be like, okay, I need to work out. I need to keep a certain amount of clarity, a certain amount of energy level. The day that I would use music versus the day that I wouldn't use music, I would just put a dot in between or in the middle of the square. And I tried to do that in terms of like balance, because I felt like music, or I still feel like music, is an external source I use to, give myself energy. And it kind of feels like it feels great, but it also feels like cheating, to where if I saw it earlier in the chat, someone was, they're joking, but the idea is the same behind, the dark side of people. They were just like, hey, today, oh yeah, here it is. Someone was like, oh yeah, go do some coke, because like it might help you in trading. And then, you got the people coming out here, just for those people that, don't understand that this is a joke. Yeah, this is a joke. In the Wall Street movie, they were just exaggerating. But the thing is, there's enough people out there that legit try to find an edge in substances and external forces. In my case, I overthink a lot. And so that takes away half my energy in the first place. And like when I work out, I feel like that's like my raw self, where I'm just like, okay, cool. I can put out all my aggression on wrestling and like whatever workout I'm doing that day. whenever there's music, I feel like I'm being robbed of a potential opportunity to like organically, be inspired, not motivated. Because like one comes from the inside, the other one comes from the outside, and there's a duration in each. And when you think about how, to stay motivated, it's like a feedback loop. Okay. I feel like as soon as I leave the screen, I'm gonna just forget what I'm doing in the first place. But so I'll just be like, there's action, there's inspiration, there's action again, then there's motivation, then there's action again. And like, so as long as you keep that up, you can just keep making progress towards whatever you're trying to, make progress toward. In my case, this is what I was trying to do, to where this is considered the 100%. And then this big stamp right here, this was supposed to be my stamp of approval. I'm like, okay, you did okay this day. And like, so this was supposed to be my stats. So every day that I track the stats for whatever ticker was there, or I improved my stats in a way that would make me, feel satisfied, I'd put in a solid mark. On this day where you see it's like not solid, that's where there wasn't like anything to trade, but I did like just clean up my stats. Just slowly just trying to clean up my stuff. With my projection of my temperament and stuff like that, I think I should be good by my by April. And that just happens to be when Jordan Peterson is coming in. And so I'm gonna take that off for now. But if I go back, where'd it go? There's a. It was it's right there. So in that, I'll just be like, what is important? Like hand draw my charts. Make sure my stats are updated and clean. Discussions with other traders. I need a timesheet, some notes, watch the DVD, talk with the students, because like, that's another form of thinking. Just staying on top of my stuff, like consistently trying to read, make sure the foundational knowledge for the patterns and everything's there. So there's quizzes inside of the Freedom Challenge. I try to make sure that I'd be able to answer them in the most up-to-date way. What else was I doing? Before I would try to learn Chinese and stuff every day, but I realized that wasn't really practical until I get trading to a certain level first. And so I took that out. When it came to exploring new things, there's always a place I want to go, museum I want to see, books I want to read. Same thing. I took that off a little bit. When it comes to meditation, I just overall felt like it's a good idea to stay loose and limber and stuff like that. Let me make sure someone didn't trade. Admin, hello. I didn't even know you could do it at admin. But Elizabeth say, he's talking to her. He's not talking to me. How do I say this non-passive aggressively? Is it 10-12? Yeah, let me do it over here. But pretty much this is the type of contract I'm talking about. Here is just a checklist. This checklist is supposed to be something done on the daily. This is supposed to be the general why you want to do this and what you think is going to be. This is the time period where I'm like, hey, I'm 26 and a half. I'm turning 27. I need to grow the hell up. And then this is just some random quote from Jimmy where I'm just like, when you have a plan, you don't change the plan. And I'm like, oh no, wow, but that sounds profound as shit. And I'm like, oh no, I get very spiritual sometimes. But when it came to my epiphany to the efficiency or lack of efficiency in my life, that's where I started treating routines and schedules and rituals a lot more seriously. I used to do similar stuff in college and in high school. It's just I didn't like anything. I just did it because I knew it was the right thing. I didn't genuinely like it. And so I don't want trading to be the same thing for me. And so I'm trying to find that balance between like chaos and order, and like the order that I'm willing to like do for over 10 years. And so that's the hard part. But there's something else I was saying. And so I just stick to like so now I feel like I'm doing it in like a similar block schedule, like rotating schedule kind of way. And so the first like month to like 6 months, it was just supposed to be like a very fixed schedule just to get me started, and just be like, hey, these are good habits you should keep up, just because they're going to keep you going towards the right stuff. And so like telling my body, my heart, my mind, this is what you should like. And I'm like, okay. Because a while back I realized like how naive I was, how proud I was, how all these like negative emotions and misconceptions, not conceptions, but like my perceptions and stuff were very clouded. And I'm like, you know, I still have an engineering background. I still have professors and stuff as like, you know, the adopted people that raised me. And so I'm trying to make this applicable. I'm trying to make this something that I can use as an edge against myself, against other people, and things like that. And, you know, working hard is all I know. And the thing is, I just been working hard, but I haven't been working smart. And then when I try to work smart, I try to work smarter than I actually am. And so like there's a lot of like, you know, having to beat myself down, like, because I haven't had my ass beat in a while. And like that was my thing, to where it's like I like to go into stuff and I'm just like, if I'm not built for it, like the reality is going to show me. But in this environment, money is the only thing that, like, I don't know, I focused in the wrong places pretty much. It was always a focus issue. Now I have at least a little bit of focus, and I'm trying to find the balance between what can I control. Like when I say find the balance, I feel like I'm already like there. Like the stuff I know now, I can be profitable, but I'm also greedy. So yeah, I'm just showing you guys like how I'm thinking. So what do you saw it? So in each case, I'll just be like, okay, I'll work 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break. Like, you know, Pomodoro, the reason for the channel was just to keep up that consistency. Like it's an hour long, and I'm like, okay, cool. We work for like 30 minutes, we take 5-minute break. We work for 2 hours, we take 30-minute break. When it comes to like break times, let's make our breaks constructive, or like something that'll build us up, not beat us down. And so I'm like, okay, cool. You wanted your anime, you want your manga, you get one per day. So you have to choose very carefully. Anything that like hones my focus, anything that, you know, makes me lighthearted enough to, you know, take that energy and then put it somewhere else. Music felt similar. Like when I would lift, I'll just be like, okay, this is external energy that I'm trying to use to channel into somewhere else. And so the main thing is I have to have enough resolve to be like, no matter what, it's going to be do or die when it comes to this aim. And then when it comes to my energy, I'm going to have a finite amount from my body. I'm going to have a finite amount from like external sources. And then everything else is just going to be like straight through thick and thin. Like, you know, whether it's a day I feel good or a day I feel bad, I'm going to get it. I'm just trying not to treat this like how I treated contact sports. In summary, it's not necessarily effort, it's allocation of effort and high return reward activities. Working hard versus working hard plus intelligently. Yes. Yes. He definitely said something that made me think of the idea I mentioned the other day, like efficient discipline versus, you know, just pure hard work without a decent awareness of what is important to invest your effort. Because at the end of the day, we all have a finite amount of energy. There's always going to be a point where we just fall off in terms of efficiency. And my fatal flaw, I feel like, is my distaste for learning, my lack of impatience, my my high sense of negativity, like neuroticism, I can get orderly, but I can only go up to average. I never been like high orderly. That always just seemed like chaos to me, because I saw parents and examples of what not to do. But what was I about to say? Just to go off of what Gigi Candle was saying, when it comes to like productivity, the most logical time management and resources and resource management productivity kind of stuff I've seen is it's a YouTube video that out there that talks about, you know, increasing your productivity times 10, and they basically boiled it down to the equation for velocity, and they pretty much said the distance is equal to the distance away from your overall long-term goal. And then so there's periods where you're going to take strides, where this is like your normal systematic process. Like these are your biggest steps, like your stride. Like to me, this really hit me deep, because I was a mid-distance runner and I did all the sports. Again, I'm one of those people that I couldn't say no to a lot of people, and I really liked being social. And so I would end up in all these leadership positions, all these sports and stuff like that. And I'm one of those people that swear up and down that I hate running, but I'm good at it, or I was good at it at least. And so like when it came to the 800 and the 400, you couldn't just be, you know, fast, just, you know, go out there and run as hard as you can going around. You had to be smart about it. You had to be like, on a curve, I'm going to do 80%. On a straight, I'm going to do like 100%, but I'm going to open up my stride. On the last curve, I'm going to, like, you know, lean into the curve. I'm going to try to use it in a way where I can gradually get to top speed and stuff like that. You had to, you know, break it down into pieces and then attack it in an efficient way. When it came to this velocity equation, they broke it down into rhythm, which is like time in between each step, the length of your stride, which is pretty much the direct representation or evaluation of your skill at that like time. And so I know an example. When you read, some people read at like, you know, 50 words per minute or like something like that. While other people, they'll just be like, oh, I read 250 words per minute. Everyone's a little different. That person that is doing like 250 words per minute, they probably started out reading like 20 words per minute. And then, like, you know, they just been reading consistently to a point where they can read up to 250 words per minute. They didn't start out just saying, okay, I'm doing 50 or nothing. I'm really bad at these analogies. I think it's the lights, but I think I have the yeah, I'll just show you the video of like where I got it. I just want to give like a little context. I think, yeah, here we go. Freedom in thought. I really like subscribing to like freedom in thought. And even if it's not like that popular, the idea behind just, you know, getting better each day just helps me see a lot more. But yeah, you're right, Caesar. Just work efficiently. Efficiency over everything. That's why, you know, Steven will always talk about pattern is king. That type of stuff. Another one of my fatal flaws is, again, I overthink. So I'll just try to explain to you guys one thing, and then I'll be like, okay, let me fester on that, get to a point where everything just goes blank, and then I'm just like, what was I doing? And then I'll be like, oh, I forgot the bigger picture because I'm focused on the small details. At least I'm aware of it, so I'm slowly trying to tackle that. But one of the like last things I'll say about this is being in the zone. I showed you like a book or something called like Trading in the Zone by Marcus Douglas the other day. the zone was something that it was very easy for me to get into during sports, because like I lived very naive. Like everything's like, I didn't like you, I'll tell you. Or like, if I didn't tell you verbally, I'll tell you with my face. And like, or like, you know, if I really didn't like you, I'd tell you with like a backhand. Like it really just depends, like if I get in trouble or not. Oh, I'm over here looking at the person in the chat, and he's lonely. He's just like, who's going to talk to me? All right, I might have to find Kathy. Maybe I should invite him to the stream. Okay, no. Hi there. I'm not sure if you're awake, but I think Kathy is either overslept or something. Why are you telling me? What am I gonna do? Yell at her? Call her? I am sorry for your... Okay, All right, now let's what we say. Oh. Okay. Those are terms. There's something I'm forgetting though. There's always something. Oh, well, let me look at the chat. Okay, if you want to strive for efficiency in running, watch the 7-year-olds that run marathons. I'm picky with my teachers. Yeah, see, GG Candle, he's got you. But don't spam him too much. Like, you know, he's human. But I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, but I understand that, and I try to look for similar stuff. Like I love old people. What do you call it? Now, that sounds weird if you take that out of context. But my dad, I have like an older dad, or I had an older dad, compared to like other people, and so there was a point where his diabetes and everything got like out of shape, and I would have to go in and out of a nursing home when pretty much my adopted parents like kicked him out of the house because they're just like, you're too toxic for your child and some other stuff. And so I would go to the nursing home and push over old people in wheelchairs. And like, I wouldn't actually do it, but like, this is the type of humor me and my dad would have back and forth. Because even though he was my dad, he kind of acted like a bigger brother. And but main thing I wanted to say was like, the wisdom that he would give me, it'd be so toxic. It would be toxic because I couldn't recognize the value at the point, or at that point, like to my personal like biology and stuff. And so I would go to the other old people like around him, like in the nursing home, in the schools, in like pretty much everywhere in life. And I'd just be like, hey, I'll ask them like very similar questions. When you were my age, what did you regret that you didn't do? What did you find out later? And the thing is, like, I'll ask all these questions. I gather a lot of wisdom, and you know, I'd share that wisdom when I got into these leadership positions with like younger people all the time. And that was just like my way of studying. I just now see that wasn't the most efficient way, because I didn't like to read. I didn't like to write. And so I would just go to other people and I'd just be like, hey, can you give me your lesson? But then I wouldn't even appreciate the lesson enough to like write it down and then like, you know, hammer it into my brain. And so like, that's another, yeah, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, with Gigi Candle saying that, like, you know, he talked to the 7-year-old people, you go to the older people when it comes to technique because they don't have as much energy. They don't have as much, you know, room to slack. Like they know they have to do, or they have been doing like the right thing for a while. And, you know, they're just the best teachers when it comes to wisdom. And there's a reason that it's wisdom. Like it goes from from experience to knowledge to application of that knowledge, and whether it's like, you know, it works, and then that becomes like wisdom. And so, you know, the more you know. See, I don't know. I don't want to say like quotes that I can like put 3 or 4 holes in, but that's pretty much it for today. I don't know what this was a review of, but you know, I had fun. Let's say efficiency. Next time I might go through other trading tips and stuff, you know, not to blow up your account. Simple stats. I'm not going over Fibonacci. Not my theories on hedge funds. Scientific method, that's good. You know, anything in trading, apply the scientific method. But other than that, all right, guys, it's 10:30. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Let me take care of this person.